Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So you can see back there the red lights. You already know. We're gonna get into something here. So what I want to talk about today is the Microsoft Surface Duo and how Microsoft lied yet again. And I wasn't surprised by this at all. Of course, when they said it was going to be out by the end of the year, we're talking, of course, about Android 11. I was very, very skeptical. They already told us it was going to come out this last summer, and then that didn't happen. So then they're like, all right, guys, the Surface Duo 2's here. It's got Android 11. You're going to get Android 11 on the original Surface Duo before the end of the year. Well, the end of the year was last night because you're watching this video this morning on, January the 1st. So whenever it comes to Microsoft and this whole situation, it leaves a really, really bad taste in my mouth because there's no reason this should be happening. This is Microsoft. It's not like, I don't know, it's not some lesser known company. They are literally, 100% quite literally, the largest, probably most successful software company in the world. So it just amazes me when you look at a lot of different companies. You look at Samsung, you look at Apple, and these device layouts with all these different phones they have, and all the different levels of support, and all the different operating systems that they have that they update all the time. How can we not get a simple operating system update on basically a $1,500 phone? Because it was what, like $13.99, something like that. It was not cheap. I remember I bought it, but then of course it's worth like $400 now, even a year later. So it's very, very frustrating that they had so much excitement. There was such an opportunity to succeed there. A lot of people were really intrigued by the original Surface Duo. The cool folding phone, the hinge, the dual displays, the ability to do all this great multitasking, completely hampered and destroyed by the software experience. Now, there are people that are like, well, yeah, that happened because they were supposed to originally be running Windows on it, and then they changed it to Android. Look, I don't care what it was supposed to be running. I don't care if it's supposed to run Linux. I don't care if it's supposed to run, BlackBerry 10. It doesn't matter to me. If you're going to release a product, it should work right. And clearly there were issues from the get-go. And of course there was the whole debacle with all the different reviewers and influencers who got them. And they're like, oh, look, it's great. You can see the outside. No, I can't show it to you with the screen on because Microsoft said we can't do that because of how janky it was. So they wanted all this artificially created buzz that they wanted people to look at it and not actually see what was underneath the wool. Like, I don't know, terrible analogy, I guess. But either way, obviously they were hiding stuff. So then when they came out with the phone, it's like, what kind of janky mess is this? And I was very, very frustrated with that. Whenever it first came out, like the first couple of days, if you think that there's a lot of frustration with Android 12 and the Pixel phones, you should have been on the gravy train that was the Microsoft Surface Duo. So there is no reason this phone should have ever had as many problems. And I've said this many times, that phone was on life support the day it hit the shelves. Like, they knew once that phone came out, it was already obsolete, and they were already working on the next one. So they made that phone, they put it out. They should have never, ever, ever released that phone. They should have scrapped it and reinvested everything in the Duo 2. Had the Duo 2, this guy right here, launched first, it would have been received much, much, much better. And if the software experience were actually, as good as it is on the Surface Duo 2, then we'd be having different conversations right now. I love the Surface Duo 2. It's one of my favorite phones this year. Significantly, majorly, massively updated and better than the original Surface Duo in every way. And I know some people have heartburn over the camera module in the back. I did originally. It doesn't really bother me. I used to think that it would be very, very catastrophic that the phone wouldn't set flush whenever you have it folded open. It's not a big of a deal. You just hold it like this instead of having that extra 1/4 inch clearance. So they fixed everything with the Surface Duo 2, except for their reputation. The reputation, they continue to dig a hole in the ground with a shovel and spit on it. And there should be no excuse for that. Microsoft has the money, they have the talent, they have the resources. The only thing they lack apparently is the vision and any interest in customer loyalty whatsoever, because if you bought the Surface Duo, you're probably not going to turn around and spend a bunch of money to get the Duo 2. And if they come out with the Duo 3 next year, this is just going to, or later this year, rally, now because we're into 2022, they're not going to win any hearts and minds over. And there's a lot of stuff that comes into play when you talk about technology and you talk about consumer electronics. There's the technology, Then there's the hearts and minds of the consumers. If you can't convince people that your phone is good, that you're going to support it, and that you care about your customer base, they're not going to buy it. So, yeah, you may be sacrificing the investment and the energy in that phone, but you're also sacrificing future customers and return customers, because anyone that bought that original Surface Duo and paid full price for it, I can almost guarantee, other than me because I'm a sucker and a tech reviewer, is not going to go buy that. So I know there are a lot of people that are waiting for this one. There are people that are watching and waiting for this one to die. There are a lot of people that actually want the Surface Duo 2 but don't want to pay the price tag. And I don't blame you. It's like, what, $1,600? $1,499 plus tax here in Texas. It cost me like $1,600 something bucks. So nobody wants to pay that. I mean, I paid that because I'm a reviewer and I like the device and I wanted to test it out, and that's the only way I'm going to get it because Microsoft isn't going to send me one. But most normal people are not going to go out and buy this. So everybody is kind of waiting in the lurches, like vultures and whatever else, hyenas even, not to insult anybody, just an analogy there. Whenever it comes to the Surface Duo 2, there are a lot of people waiting for it to fail and waiting for it to be like $600 in 5 months. And I don't blame you, because it happened with the original one. I don't think it's going to happen with this one, though, at least not that quickly or that much. The Surface Duo 2 is light years ahead of where the original one was. You've got 5G, you've got the Snapdragon 888 processor, you've got the 3 cameras, you've got the 90 Hz refresh rate, the better screens, you've got the little edge display there with the internal panel because of the curved edge displays on the inside. I mean, I could go on and on. They did so much right with this phone, and they basically fixed everything. Had they never released the Duo and called this the Duo and released it, people would be singing its praises. But instead, the first one came out, and it was like the biggest debacle in recent memory when it comes to smartphone failures. And it's going to be a scarred image on their reputation for a very long time, and in the minds and hearts of people who actually care about the brand. Not only did we lose the old Windows phones, which a lot of people loved, they gave up on that. Microsoft has the worst reputation of giving up in like the history of mankind. They have all this money. They have all this talent, all these resources. They have ideas for things that can change the industry sometimes. And they do it, and then they give up on it within like the shortest amount of time ever. Like, yeah, go spend $1 billion on this. Whatever. Just let it die. Who cares? So this doesn't instill a lot of confidence. It really, I mean, how are we going to believe them next time when they're like, oh yeah, we promise guys, it's going to be out in a few months. Well, you've already pulled that one on us a couple times already. So for all the people out there using a Surface Duo, I'm sorry. Thankfully, at least they're kind of working now, as opposed to the first 4 or 5 months of 2021. It has gotten better. That's good, but it's still a flawed phone, a flawed operating system version that they're using, and their own launcher. It creates issues. Is it way better? Yeah. Is it worth about $400? Yeah, it's conceivably worth that much. You can do some multitasking with it. When it's working properly, it is nice. Using it as a primary phone, I wouldn't recommend that. It's great for an ebook, ebook reader, really expensive ebook reader. Anyway, I like the design. I like the concept. I like the application. I use my Surface Duo 2 all the time. It almost always has my second SIM card in it. I am a big fan of this design. I like what you can do with it, and that's the biggest frustration. It's not like, okay, you're sitting here on a crap design of product. Yeah, let it die. Give up and do something else. I believe in it. I think it's good. The problem is that Microsoft is sitting there and like just destroying it from the inside out. So very frustrating. No Android 11 update. Who knows when we'll get it. At this point, maybe they might have even given up and moved on and said, well, there's nothing left for us here. We don't care. I don't know. I hope that they do still put it out. Android 11 is very good with the Surface Duo 2. I don't know. We'll just have to play the wait and see approach and see what happens. But now it just really doesn't look good at all. It's very, very frustrating because a lot of people have been waiting for this because they want to try it out. They want to see if it really improves the device the way people think that it will. And I'm curious about it too. But I guess we're not going to get to see that for who knows how long. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot really positive to salvage here. Again, the Duo 2 is great. If you've got the money and you want to, go for it. This is not one of those phones where it's like, yeah, let me go pick one up. If you know you want this phone, the Duo 2, go get it. You'll enjoy it. I love mine. I don't regret buying it. But for most people, it's not worth the money. It's not worth the investment. There are a lot of other things that will probably suit you better. But if you are in the market for this and you understand that what you're getting when you get the Duo 2 and what it can do for you, it's a great niche product that I hope that Microsoft continues to support and develop and not turn into the original Duo, right? Anyway, so that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.